A dog can eat the same food for 3 years. No problems, no itching, no ear infections, and then suddenly everything changes. The dog starts scratching, the ears flare up, the stool becomes inconsistent, and the conclusion most people reach is my dog has developed food allergy. But biologically, that's almost never what exactly happened. I'm Dr. Ghunaim. My background is veterinary microbiology and immunology. And for years, I have studied how the immune system interacts with the gut and the microbiome. And this sudden allergy pattern is something I see constantly. Most owners in this situation are doing exactly what they were told to do. They found a food that worked, so they stayed consistent, same brand, same protein, same formula, month after month, year after year. And when the symptoms finally appear, it feels confusing because nothing changed. But biologically, it did change, just very slowly over a long period of time. This is the key shift. Most dogs don't suddenly become allergic to food. What actually happens instead is something called narrowing immune system tolerance. That simply means the immune system gradually loses its ability to comfortably handle variation. And when that tolerance window gets small enough, even familiar food can trigger inflammation. Let's walk through the biology. Inside your dog's digestive system lives a complex ecosystem called the microbiome. The microbiome is a community of bacteria that help regulate digestion, metabolism, and the immune system. One of its most important roles is teaching the immune system what is safe and what is not. When the microbiome sees a wide range of proteins and nutrients over time, it maintains flexibility. The immune system learns this is normal, this is food, this is not a threat. But when exposure becomes extremely narrow for long periods of time, something subtle happens. The microbiome ecosystem becomes less diverse. Instead of a rainforest with thousands of species interacting together, the system becomes like a monoculture crop field. And monocultures are fragile. When diversity shrinks, immune tolerance tends to shrink with it. So the immune system becomes more reactive. Not because the ingredients suddenly become dangerous, but because the system lost its margin. This is why so many owners describe the same pattern. My dog ate chicken for years and did great. Then suddenly chicken became the problem. But chicken didn't change. The immune environment did. Over time, the tolerance window narrowed. And once the window gets small enough, even the same protein can trigger inflammation. That inflammation often shows up as itchy skin, recurring ear infection, digestive instability, paw licking, soft stool, and because the symptoms look like allergies, the next step often becomes further restriction. Remove chicken, switch to dog, then venison, then rabbit. Sometimes that helps temporarily. But if the underlying fragility isn't addressed, the cycle repeats. From a biological perspective, mammals were never designed to eat one single protein indefinitely. In nature, diets change with season. Prey availability changes, nutrient exposure shifts, variation is normal. That variation trains the immune system to remain flexible, which is why resilience in digestion usually comes from structured diversity over time, not permanent restriction. The good news is that tolerance can often be rebuilt. When inflammation is reduced and the microbiome environment stabilizes, the immune system can gradually widen its tolerance window again. This is why many dogs that appear allergic to everything can often return to eating multiple proteins, but the process has to be structured. Slow expansion, controlled exposure, and patience. If your dog is currently dealing with food sensitivity issues, the first goal is stability. Reduce inflammation, establish a calm baseline. Then, when things are stable again, reintroduce protein slowly, one at a time, over several weeks, not to force variety, but to rebuild tolerance. If you are unsure how much to feed while working through these transitions, I've built a feeding calculator on my website at drghunaim.com that helps to take the guess out of the portions. And if you want a step-by-step framework for how to approach elimination diets, reintroduction, and long-term rotation, I walk through those systems in my newsletter. Food allergies rarely appear out of nowhere. Most of the time, they are the result of a tolerance window that slowly became too narrow. The goal is not to create a perfectly controlled system. The goal is to build a resilient one, because resilient systems don't collapse when conditions change. They adapt. In Dr. Ghunaim, clarity comes before change, and understanding always comes before action.